Hello everyone and welcome back to another tantalizing episode of the Jake Munro Show, where today we're going to be delving into a classic topic of mine, chaotic TikToks. Don't know why I ever stopped this series. It's honestly a pretty fun topic. I don't have to hold in my laughter, there's no jump scares, and I also don't need to overanalyze any shower thoughts, which will be coming out later on this week. Now, straight off the bat, hand tattooed. Haha! So I finally got both hands done. They were both meant to be done around the same time, this time last year, but of course we all know what happened, so it's been delayed. But my hand is super swollen right now. Looks like a boxing glove. It is pictured here, not long after it was completed. It is Yoshimitsu from Tekken 3, or if you're from the newer generation, or you just didn't play any video games when you were young, Metal Sexy Squidward. Either way, super happy with it. Now, because of my ouchy hand, I'm not going to be able to unbox any of the fan mail I've got, because I can't actually make a fist. Lots of color, lots of detail. It hurts like hell, and I don't want to risk warping it, or accidentally ripping it, or cracking it, so we'll leave it for now. Next week, definitely. Today's video is brought to you by nobody, because all of the branded content for this month has been done, so the rest of the month, we're clear. Thank you to the people who don't skip that stuff, by the way. The live stream of Resident Evil 8 has been fantastic. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in for those. I mean, we're still playing it. You can still tune in, but we're on like part 3, 4, but like loads of people have been tuning in to watch it, and it's really awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Made what you might call a Taser Gauntlet. Basically, it's just a glove with these two little prongs, hot glued and soldered on there, and then when I hit this button on the finger, it does a little... The idea is that if you're at like the drywall section of Home Depot, just shoveling that shit in your mouth and somebody spots you across the aisle, you can just hit them with the... Some of that action. If they have a pacemaker, that's a death sentence. Off like the left hand and just double up on that because it was but easy. A baby could do it. Show this to your local baby.
Somebody stop this child! We have a villain in the making. Oh, it starts with a simple taser glove that's been built out of spare parts, but then 10 years later, we have a death ray pointed at California. Also, the dialogue in this.
The idea is that if you're at like the drywall section of Home Depot, just shoveling that shit in your mouth and spot you across the aisle, you can just hit them with the...
Yes, because we're often at the drywall section of Home Depot having breakfast. What I will say is that is most likely completely and utterly useless. The force of a punch and the electric capabilities of a taser, they don't really combine. If you punch with enough force, you'll flatten the prongs. It most likely won't work, at least not as effectively. Also, taser, pretty effective. In fact, very effective. A taser doesn't need the force. You can just touch someone with a taser, and it works. It's kind of like a hat on a hat. A hat is already doing its job. Putting another hat on it is just pointless.
Hey, yo, that should look like, the battle pass.
Okay, guys, I finally made the world's first exploding mac and cheese.
What?
That was good. Also, what did he call it?
Hey, yo, that should look like, the battle pass.
Okay, guys, I finally made the world's first exploding mac and cheese.
What?
That's amazing. That's kind of fun. It's a coherent joke. Quite rare for TikTok. Also, first time I've seen that joke, so that's good. Because usually people who make TikToks will upload a duplicate to Instagram where I will then see it. First time I've seen something like that, so I quite like that. That was quite good. Also, a battle pass? Does a battle pass look like aloe vera?
I don't care what you try and tell me. I don't care what you try and say. One of these bitches is gotta be trans. Let me explain. We have a 5'3" man who does not go by his birth name. And his genetic clone who broke out of the lab that she was raised in and chose her own name. Bitch. Even one mother pops up and is like, oh, but the science, it makes sense. The chromosomes. Fuck off, I don't care. Make them both trans then. Both of them, all at once. They swapped.
Flawless logic. I am astounded people still play The Sims 4. The Sims 4 is a shameless cash grab by EA. It is shameless. And I think people are playing it for the same reason people still play Zelda and Mario games. Specifically Mario. Zelda has had some decent installments of titles. I'd say Zelda too, because to be perfectly honest with you, a lot of the N64 Zeldas and a lot of the Wii Zeldas, they're not they're not great. They're not great. Or at the very least, not good enough to be as prolific as it has been. Well, it's the same reason why The Sims 4 is so successful and why The Sims got that far. It is because the first couple of games were fantastic. And it sort of created, or it was around at a very influential time. It sort of created a new generation of gamers. And those gamers hold a lot of very close memories to those video games. I do too. I am covered in video game tattoos. So those franchises can no longer do anything wrong. It's the same with Bethesda. Bethesda made some great games when they first started, and then they just get lazier and lazier and lazier, and you keep buying them and making excuses for them to the point where they can release any old crap that is patched by the fans without question. It's like, oh, the game's broken. Let me just fix that for you. It's the same with The Sims. They gave you The Sims 3, right? Which was a fantastic game, the pinnacle of The Sims, some would say. And then The Sims 4 comes out, completely pulled all of it out. All of it. Makes you pay for the base game and then puts all the stuff back in again that you had in The Sims 3 and makes you pay for it again. Not much has changed. In fact, there's a lot of features from Sims 3 that are not in Sims 4. Still. And yet people play it and buy it and love it. Why? Think critically. Is this a good game? No, it's not. They're making me pay full price for a game that is lacking in a lot of features that the previous games had. Therefore, I should not buy it. I should not reward this behavior. People complain, oh, video game companies, they're so evil these days. Oh, yes, their games are terrible. They have nothing in them, completely void of any real substance. How do they keep getting away with it? It's because you keep buying it. It's because you keep buying it. You buy their DLC, you buy their season passes, you buy their game. If you want to see change in the video game industry, then stop buying shit games. Oh, but I won't get to play The Sims 4 and then FOMO. Oh, FOMO. I don't care. Miss out. Maybe then Sims 5 will be good. Time lapse of your morning jump rope. That's not what I thought it was going to be, but yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, skipping, fantastic cardio.
That trend, you know, the one where you're supposed to like put your phone at the height of whoever you have a crush on, and you know the girls are all like, I'm so cute and quirky. Well, I'm 5'2", and so I'm like, this should be funny. I don't have a crush. If you went to my school, you'd know why. But I do have a father who is 6'2", so a foot of difference, right? So I got this whole setup. Yes, books, wonderful. And I was like, ha ha, shits and giggles. And who's gonna tell me? Who was gonna tell me that this is how he sees me? I am 17. When I hug him, I disappear. Which of you was supposed to tell me? And was like, ha, she'll just have a bunch of unearned confidence for nothing.
Yeah, that's one of those things where short guy representation is definitely not included. Because even during their mocking of how this usually goes, puts their phone up here, like everyone wants a tall guy, right? But you can't all be over 6 foot, right? I mean, I'm 5'10", which is laughable. And you think, 5'10", that's not bad. That's good. It's average height. Everyone's taller than me. Everybody. Markiplier, also 5'10". He is made fun of for being short because everyone he knows is like 6'2". I despise my height. I hate it. But back to the TikTok that we were just watching here. It's not entirely like that because you have to remember focal length. A phone is going to be it's going to be more consistent. I'm not entirely sure of the optics, like the mathematics that go into the optics of how that works, but it's not going to feel so drastic to someone who was 6'2" with human eyes looking at someone who is 5'2". It's not going to be that bad. The phone makes it look a lot worse than it really is because I think a phone, the lenses are designed to be a little more wider. So everything that's far away will look really small. So it's not entirely the same.
Did it again. I ordered another manga in the wrong language. Spreckens in Deutsch this time. I feel like this happening twice is like, this is definitely a sign. A sign that I'm a f***ing idiot, but like a sign. I really don't want to buy another one. I'm gonna learn German.
Hallo zu deinem Onkel.
I'm getting a hang of it, definitely.
I mean, German's not too far away from English. There is a specific word for a lot of the German vocabulary and sentences that sound English. I can't remember what that word is, but there is a word for the part of German that sounds English. And you can get away with a lot of it, especially considering manga typically, because it's been regionalized, its language is very dulled down. It's not particularly complicated. So you won't have too much of an issue getting through, even with almost no German knowledge at all. I would say with no German knowledge at all, you would get pretty far. You'd need to Google things here and there, but overall you'd be okay.
And that looks like the battle pass.
Again with this battle pass thing. What? I'm clearly missing something, but that seems completely nonsensical. Is this a stolen joke? Now we need to actually consider the options here. So there's a format and then there's the content. The format is that this is a reaction video. Is a reaction video original? Absolutely not. Is the content original? Yes. I have my own specific reactions, the way that I look, and the delivery of this content to you. TV show, a format. Game of Thrones is the content. And if we keep that in mind, let's talk about this for a second. The format is very similar to that last "is that a battle pass" thing. That looks like a battle pass joke. And if we apply the rule of thumb, like how fat my hand is, if we apply the rule that we just established, we can ascertain that this is in fact not a stolen joke, just a rehash of an established format. So this gets a pass. You're allowed to do this, Casey Dilla. Oh, Casey Deer. I get it.
Write that down, write that down!
Yeah, that's strange, because I've noticed that as well, and it becomes even stranger when you become aware of it. Now, there are a few memories that I have that are completely mundane, have absolutely no need to be in my long-term memory, because they served no purpose. I learned nothing from it. It wasn't a growth moment. It wasn't a learning moment for me. It's just a thing that happened, and for some reason, my brain recorded it. And occasionally, when I'm doing something, again, mundane, my brain will present this to me and will be like, hey, do you remember when nothing happened? And for some reason, I hit the record button and forgot to delete it. And then, even weirder, the very same brain acknowledges that it was weird that it recorded it. What is neurobiology? I would love to know. I really would. Something has to happen in these specific instances that makes you record them permanently into your long-term memory. Why? Why does it do it?
Fit check. I wore these as pajamas last night specifically so I could roll out of bed and go to class dressed like this. The only way I can currently describe my mental state is I am a plastic spoon that is loose in the dishwasher and spinning uncontrollably. Currently, I'm in the process of stealing my brother's beloved drink, a vanilla Coca-Cola, not sponsored. Lately, I've been wasting a lot of mental energy trying to decide if I have borderline personality disorder.
I mean, it's not up to you to decide if you have borderline personality disorder. That is absolutely something that can only be diagnosed by a professional. I will go out on a limb, and I will say people who do diagnose themselves don't be around those people. And look, okay, and I can already sort of tell that I'm going to get a couple of defensive comments from people who most likely diagnose themselves. Trying to defend it, trying to say that, if you're absolutely sure, maybe it's okay. No, it's not. It's never okay. Mental disorders are classified by professionals through many, many case studies. And then a resounding evaluation is made, and it is then officially created. It is officially recognized as a mental health disorder. These very same professionals are also the only ones who can diagnose other people who have it. It is not up to you to think you have something, because they will be able to ask you questions and they will be able to recognize more symptoms than you can. So go to a professional to be diagnosed, okay? Don't diagnose yourself, because you might swing and a miss. You might read your symptoms and think, oh, I must have that. And it's far more serious than something you think you have. And then suddenly you become performative. And no one wants to be around someone who's like that. Or you could diagnose yourself as having something that's quite benign, when in actuality you have something that's quite serious and absolutely needs to be diagnosed. So please don't self-diagnose. See a professional, please. Oh, but you've had a bad experience with a professional before, then go again. Try someone else. But please get professionally diagnosed. It's how it works. I mean, yeah, just, play around with your hair. Honestly, it's hair. It grows back. There are some people who go their entire lives, mainly normies, go their entire lives without daring to touch the scissors or shears or get that drastic haircut they've always wanted. They worry. Yeah, they do. They fear the reaction of their peers, but who cares?
At one time when I ate 12 melatonin gummies thinking they were fruit snacks.
Isn't that for sleeping? No way this is what happened. I mean, it obviously didn't actually happen, but yeah, I love that. They committed to this joke. Big fan of that.
Now, I really like this comment because all of the replies to it are like,
recognize the voice. Yes, it's because you sound like Bart Simpson.
Yeah, his voice reminds me of some racist Minecraft YouTuber or a racist South Park character. This dude, he recognizes my voice because we dated when we were 13.
But still, you should be a voice actor. We need more voice actors who aren't just bassy males. That seems to be all voice acting is these days. It's just like the lower the voice, great, you must be a great voice actor. That's not how it works. But unfortunately, we seem to be swimming in a sea of deep-voiced boys. I mean, for the love of God, just play the Arkham Knight series, or the Arkham series, sorry. Just, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. Arkham Origins is also pretty good. In fact, Arkham Origins also has some pretty decent voice acting, even though it's not Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. Don't let that put you off. It's Troy Baker doing the voice of the Joker instead, and he does a phenomenal job at recreating Mark Hamill's 90s Joker voice. It is perfect. But those games, it's just every single dude is just like, hey, so what are we gonna do? I heard the Batman is running around out there. Hey, I ain't afraid of no bat. I'll break his nose.
Yeah, you do that. I bet you'll be crying on the floor before he even lands.
That's what it's like. It's ridiculous. Everyone has like crazy TRT voices.
I looked at how to make a no melody song, and I think I kind of got it. Bananas everywhere. Put them all inside my hair. Potassium. Give me all of that potassium. Hey, how you doing? I'm your best friend. I'm gonna see it to the end. Give you the Hemi, the Chevy. Wanna go VA? I ain't an enemy, but I can be one. If you really want it, I can show up to your house if you want it.
Yeah, but, you kids actually listen to shit like that. Look, I don't know what's happened. I really don't. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. I've spoken to a couple of other alternative people around my age, and they can't understand why so many new alt kids listen to this garbage. This lazy shite. I don't know why you do. I think it would sound redundant if I said I'm not shaming you for listening to it, considering the preamble here. You can listen to it if you want. I don't have to like it. When I was a teenager, we were worried that rap music was going to infiltrate every major genre and minor genre and completely degrade the quality of it over time. And sure enough, that is exactly what has happened. Is rap music inherently lazy? Absolutely not. There is some fantastic rap music out there. Do I listen to it? No. But is the commercial rap music that is released to the general populace and the rap music that you kids listen to any good? No, it's not. There are some kids out there and some people in the comments section who wouldn't know good music if it stuck its dick in your ear. That's okay. I'm usually not too snobby about this kind of stuff, but when it comes to music, I'm a bit of an asshole. Anyway, on that extremely positive note, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another video. I will see all of you in the next one, and I had a great day today because I made it a great day. All right, goodbye, everyone.